It's all a dream.
You all right?
Had a nightmare.
About?
Take forever to explain.
Dawn's some way off. We've got time.
Okay, so we'll open up to the old man.
Started in the guest room at Kaer Morhen. I was relaxing in the tub, and next to me,
Triss?
Yennefer. Funny, isn't it? She's never been there. Seems so real in my dream, though.
Was she nagging you about something? True to life, indeed.
Nag, nag, nag.
We'll find her.
In the dream, I went and found Ciri. Then we trained.
Those were the days. Little she-devil. I've trained kids who were faster, stronger, but none had her character. Didn't end well, did it? Your dream?
No. A wild hunt appeared, attacked Ciri. I couldn't move, stood there like a stump.
It was just a dream.
Oh, there's the
That's the
Hoover.
problem.
Ha!
There was more.
Steamer and Hoover.
Ciri appeared
Nice.
in my dreams. Something was wrong. She was in danger.
We taught her how to defend herself from anything, wraiths included.
Be dawning soon. Time to go.
Wait. Show me the letter from Yennefer. Might have overlooked some hint in there.
Didn't overlook anything. We were meant to meet in Willoughby. That's what she wrote. Meanwhile, one army or another burned the village to the ground. All we can do is follow her trail, so...
Stop talking for a minute and give me the letter. How about that? It does smell of lilac and gooseberries.
You were gonna read it, not sniff it.
We must meet soon. Willoughby near Vizima. Nothing else to guide us there. What's this postscript? I still have the unicorn?
I still have the unicorn. Stuffed unicorn. We used it as a bed. Don't think that's the kind of thing we want to be divulging. Some things need to remain private.
That's private. Very private.
Aha, I understand. At least I think I do. Maybe not entirely, but perhaps that's for the best.
Back on topic. How's it look? How far behind Yennefer are we?
2 or 3 days. Trail's fresh, but it looks like it leads towards the main road. Could be muddled there. Wait, hear that?
I hear it. I smell it. Ghouls.
We got ghouls! So here we go, our first little encounter. Life on the continent and in the Skellig Isles is nasty, brutish and short. If you can't defend yourself. War lays waste to the land, and those it spares live in fear of the countless monsters lurking outside every town and village. Monsters are shown with a silver health bar above their heads, indicating that you should fight them with your silver sword. I'm sure that at some point in the game I'm going to use the wrong sword on something. But anyway, for now we know it's a silver sword, so let's get slashing and hacking. Oh, don't! My horse is kicking away, giving us a helping hand. Okay, so A is to do the old dive, B is to do a dodge, X, fast strike. Ah, blood. Oh, I'm getting surrounded here. I'm getting surrounded. Let's use some of my signs, shall we? A bit of fire damage here. Completely away from the... Oh! I'm not doing very well, am I? I should have maybe done the tutorial to refresh myself a bit. Oh! Oh! Ah, come on! Right, I've had enough of you guys. I've been giving you a chance until now. A bit of fire. Oof. Okay, I did this. You probably won't believe me, but I did this much better yesterday. I just totally screwed it up. Come on, old man. You're just taking on one. I had to take on 4 or 5. I failed miserably, right? But still. Got a bit of. Okay. So striking opponents gives adrenaline points. Certain abilities you can acquire allow you to perform special attacks that require and consume adrenaline points. Adrenaline points slowly decline when you are not engaged in combat.
Of course. When armies pass, necrophages follow. Let's go before any more show up.
Okay, so necrophages, lovely. So we can drink and eat to replace our vitality over time. Sorry. So we do have bread and water, which we can munch on to increase our vitality. Might need to eat more than one hunk of bread though after that rather piss poor showing, I have to say. Okay. Right, so there is a red health bar at the top there, which is my vitality. There's the sign bar, which is the stamina, I think, and there's a white bar just above the red bar. It's about a quarter of the way full. I don't know what that bar is though. Anyway, before we mount our horse, there is some collecting to do. We've got some herbs here. We can loot the necrophage ghoul. What do they call them? Ghouls. We can hunt loot the ghouls that we've just killed. So you'll have to bear with me, guys, as I go on a loot fest. Some ghoul's blood. Verbena. Some more ghoul's blood. Monster saliva. All very horrific sounding, but certainly very useful when it comes to brewing up some potions. Alright. And before we go any further, there's also this little thing. Remember this from the cutscene at the start? Crystal skull.
Bird skull in black crystal. Why do I think this is Yen's?
Now, one thing I like about this that we couldn't do in The Witcher 2 was the fact that if we can seamlessly switch between the control pad, which is what I'm using now, of course. We can seamlessly look at that sunrise. Cracking, isn't it? We can switch between the keyboard and the controller at will. So, for instance, if I want to go to the inventory rather than having to mess around with the controller, which is a bit more clunky, I can just press the I button on the keyboard and then just switch. Blah blah blah. Thank you very much. Yeah. Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Okay. We can switch between mouse and keyboard seamlessly. I'm using mouse and keyboard. Now I'm using control pad. So it's very seamless, so I can do one of the inventory work with the mouse and keyboard. I think it's a lot easier than using the control pad. So we have our inventory, we've got equipment. Just start off with the basics. We've got a steel sword, witch's silver sword, we've got the chest armour, careworn armour, some gauntlets, boots, trousers. We don't have a ranged weapon yet, but we do have some bolts. These are our consumables. We've got some bread and water. We also have the horse equipment. So we've got a saddle, saddlebags, a trophy slot, and horse blinders. And this is our stats down here. DPS, armour, sign intensity, and vitality. We can go for a bit more of an in-depth look to our stats. If we press the C key, it gives us a bit more in-depth look at our signs and what they do and things. And I think some of our abilities that we can level up will increase the intensity of our signs and things like that. I'm assuming. We haven't got anywhere near that far. And usable items, we have a torch, we have some tawny owl, which increases our stamina regen, and we have this note here, Yennefer's letter, which we can read. So this is the Yennefer's letter, the letter that smells of lilac and gooseberries apparently. Dear friend, forgive me for not asking you about your health or how you have been these last years. Time is very short. I have important news. We must meet, and soon. Ride to Willoughby, near Vizima, and don't spare the horses. While I do eagerly await our reunion, I won't be able to wait, eagerly or otherwise, very long. Your dear friend, Yennefer. P.S. I still have the unicorn, aka bed. So that's the letter that we have that's leading us on this merry dance. We have now collected a few alchemical items, reagents. We have also now a crystal skull. And this is just our other stuff, which we might just throw some things in there to sell, some vendor trash and things. So that's the inventory screen. We do only have £60 carrying capacity, and we're already at 7, so we might have to do a little bit of inventory management along our way. It's going to be fun, is it not? From now up to the world map, we can see that we are on the road. If we zoom out here, we're near White Orchard, on the road to Vizima, which is the city from is it from the first game, Vizima? I should have done some research before I started playing this to remind myself of what was going on. But anyway, that's the map. Let's go out of here. And the quest log. Now the quest log, if I remember from the previous game, was pretty good. It was written in like a diary form. Like Dandelion was writing the story as we went along. So we will read this. I think it's nice. It's a nice little touch. Okay, so this is the first quest. This was Kaer Morhen. This was a tutorial. Every story has to start somewhere. This one starts in the guest room at Kaer Morhen, the stronghold of the witches in the Blue Mountains. It starts with Geralt taking a bath, disproving the theory that witches neglect personal hygiene. But as he's bathing, he is brusquely interrupted by Yennefer. Does she ever interrupt in any other way? She reminds him that he was supposed to train with Ciri. What could our hero do but bid the sorceress farewell and descend into the courtyard of the fortress? Little did he know this would mark the start of a great adventure. As it turned out, all that happened at Kaer Morhen was but a dream, the kind that wakes even witches screaming, a cold sweat on their brow. Geralt crouched by the fire and surveyed the land, a land ravaged by war, signs of battle stretching to the horizon. But he had not chosen this campfire for its view. Although it is a very nice view, Yennefer's trail had brought him there. So that leads us to where we are now, and then of course this is where we are now, Lilac and Gooseberries. Of course Yennefer had contacted Geralt, finally. They had not seen each other in years, and then she sent him a letter smelling of lilac and gooseberries, of course, asking him to meet her in the village of Willoughby, about a matter of great importance she had written. So, as was his wont when it came to all things Yennefer, the Witcher raced off at breakneck speed. Alas, he arrived too late. Passing armies had razed Willoughby to the ground. Yennefer was nowhere in sight. With the help of Vesemir, whom Geralt had encountered along the way, Geralt picked up her trail, which the two witches then followed. Yen had ridden north, traversing wild lands and battlefields at great speed. She was in a hurry. Perhaps she was in trouble. Okay, so we've apparently happened to come across Vesemir. I'm sure Geralt is quite happy to have stumbled across his old mentor. Speaking of which, we've looted that one, I think. Speaking of which, we do have a note on the tree here. Beware! Bandits calling themselves Temeria's soldiers are hiding in nearby woods. They have been declared outlaws and a threat to the Emperor's subjects. Assisting or sheltering them in any way will summarily be punished to the fullest extent permitted by imperial law. On behalf of the Emperor of Nilfgaard, Captain Peter Saar Gwynleave. The Temerian soldiers are being hunted. And it's the middle of May, coming towards the back end of May, coming towards the official start of summertime in the UK, and outside it's hailstoning. Absolutely ludicrous weather that we're having at the moment. There's thunderstorms later as well. Right, horses. So we do have horses, and Geralt always can count on his horse Roach to help him in his travels. And apparently, Geralt calls all of his horses Roach.
Ever tell you about this sorcerer I knew? couldn't stop talking about how useful they are as creatures.
Because you can brew potions from their blood?
No, no. Because by eating rotting corpses, they prevent epidemics.
Did he know they eat the living as well?
No. Really upset him, too. His theory collapsed.
I have to say, the control with the horse with the control pad is not marvellous. It's a little bit... It feels a little bit clunky. So when I am doing my explorations later in the game, I will use the horse for long distances, but I'll try to avoid it wherever possible. Instead of doing an Elwyn style, walking on foot everywhere. In fact, can we like loot items while we're on horseback? I know we can fight on horseback. Can we pick herbs and stuff? I don't think we can. I don't think we can. But we can certainly, if we can fight on horseback, kind of cool. Whee!
War's not exactly going our way.
We have a side.
The Northern Realms.
Radovid's realms, don't you mean? Temeria and Edirn are no more.
Radovid's pledged to restore the old borders as soon as he wins the war.
Take it easy. Believe that.
Gotta believe something. That's what keeps us going.
Hold A while moving to canter. This canters a little bit quicker. I'm quite happy to trot though. I'm never in a rush, you know. I want to enjoy the scenery, enjoy the sight of Temerian soldiers swinging from trees. Very picturesque, isn't it? No, the lake, of course. The lake.
Whoa there, Roach.
The background. All very beautiful. The one thing that annoys me is when I'm on the horse and I turn the camera to enjoy the view, the camera, when I'm holding forward to move, the camera pans forward again. It doesn't stay panned where I want it to stay panned.
Move it.
Yeah, people are happy to see us. So if I want to admire the scenery, I have to stop, because otherwise, if I start moving, the camera automatically pans, and that is annoying as hell. I want to be able to trot forward whilst looking sideways to get a look at the scenery, but I can't do that unless somebody knows how to do that. There's no settings in the menu that change that. It's annoying. I want to take in the scenery while I'm walking. Anyway, another reason why I won't be using the horse too much. And even when I'm using the horse, I'm only trotting. It's probably quicker for me to run. Sometime later.
We going?
Sounds like trouble's brewing.
Help!
What on earth? Oh, we got it. I think he made it mad. Deary me, Vesemir. Old age creeping up on you, eh?
How's it gone?
Yeah. Come out.
Gods, that was close. I was sure I'd end up like my mare.
Provided you got lucky.
Your horse died quickly, but griffins like to toy with their prey. Eat it, alive, piece by piece.
Oh. You'd like a reward, I suppose.
Okay, so this is the thing, right? He has just been attacked, his caravan is battered, his horse has been killed. Can we really ask for money? The devil inside me says, yes we can, we've killed a monster, we did kill a monster, we drove a monster away and saved his life. Sure, that's worth a few coins. But no. This one is on the house.
You don't owe us anything. You were in need. We helped.
And they call witches heartless. Say they won't lift a finger without pay.
They also say mice are born of rotting straw. Back to the trail.
Like I said, leads to the main road and ends there, muddled.
You seek someone?
Yes, a woman. Medium height, long black hair. Seen anyone like that?
Beautiful blue
No.
eyes.
But there's an inn here in White Orchard. Sole one around. Gets its share of travellers. Perhaps you'll learn something there. Besides, the innkeep's my cousin. Tell her Bram sent you. She'll treat you like family.
Not a bad idea. Especially since that wound needs cleaning.
Ah, beast barely grazed me. But sure, could use a good rye. Nice and cool, you know, straight from a cellar.
Let's go.
Yes. Bit of alcohol. That'll soothe the pain. Not dabbing it on your wound, of course, but dabbing it into your mouth. So we've got the... Okay, we'll take the time now. Oh, and the water is really nice. Yeah. Geralt ain't no Elwyn, so he's not afraid of getting his feet wet. Not when the water looks this good. Just want to dive in and splash about. Okay, what was I saying? Yes, so we'll go once again to the glossary here. We do have a couple of bestiary items. We have hybrids, griffins, half eagle, half tomcat. Just like on the Lord's Crest, except this one was carrying a dead cow instead of a scepter. So it tells you what they're vulnerable against. This is where I'm going to use a mouse and keyboard again. I think, if I can. Can I use a mouse and keyboard? I can, but this is what happened in the previous game. The cursor never used to show up, which is why I can never use it. Wait a minute. Maybe I'm... Oh, that's why. It's bloody tutorials that's causing the problem. Right, there we go. Yeah, so it tells you what they're vulnerable against. And hybrid oils, grape shot, and also the Ard sign. You've got a bit of a description, so if you want to read that, you can pause the video. We also have the ghouls, vulnerable against necrophage oil, but I mean they're very weak anyway, so similarly if you want a bit of a blurb, feel free to read on. Now we'll take the time finally. We've got a few characters here we've just about stumbled across in our travels thus far. Of course we have Ciri, the little girl from the tutorial. I've already read these, so as I said, feel free to pause the video and read through should you wish to do so. We of course have Dandelion from the previous games, good old Dandelion the Bard, the man penning our story, writing our journal updates, quite a funny chap. Eskel, the man with the funny face from the tutorial. Of course we have Geralt himself, the star of the show. Lambert, another witcher that was there in the start of the tutorial, in Geralt's dream. Vesemir, the oldest living member of the Wolf School, and most likely the oldest witcher of any school on the continent. Bless him. And he's still swinging a sword. Probably a step or two slower than in his heyday, but probably still a formidable man. And of course Yennefer. Yennefer, the beautiful Yennefer, black hair, blue eyes. And she is the one that we are hunting at the moment. The Wild Hunt. Somehow I don't think it's referring to this, but there she is. So there's a little bit of background of the various characters we've seen so far. We, on the other hand, are going to mount up and head to the inn for some liquid refreshment and some rest, and maybe to speak with the locals and see if we can get any information. Now we can actually hold A on a main road and the horse will just run and follow the path, so we don't have to mess about, which is quite handy, but I like to manually do it.
A griffin this close to the village.
Although if we hold A, can we then look at the
Exactly.
look at the scenery?
Forest to the mountain shore, but here,
No.
near the main
Hey there.
road.
Maybe it's the war. Corpses everywhere, the stench of blood, burnt flesh. Drives monsters crazy sometimes.
Men too. We need to watch ourselves in White Orchard, and we should leave as soon as we learn anything.
Yeah. I could spend ages just like in Dragon Age Inquisition. Well, I spent so many hours in total, not really doing anything, but just literally stopping and looking at the scenery, enjoying, putting myself in the game really, because I am a sucker. You should know by now. I am a sucker for picturesque backdrops, great views. It always reminds me of when I go hiking and walking. Populated areas. Okay, so you're in a village. Don't disturb the peace. Remember, town guards and hired watchmen won't tolerate theft and also won't look kindly on you accosting others. Local residents often erect notice boards near settlements such as villages and cities. These are marked on your map. As such, examine them to learn about contracts and work for witches and local happenings. Okay. So B on our horses to jump, hold B to dismount. We can A to canter and double tap A to gallop, which takes down the horse's stamina. Look at that nice little beach type situation going on here, where you can look at him over there, just sat down fishing.
We look at myrtle grass during the Humphrey Gap. They've taken all our grain.
Who are the soldiers? Sorry. So yeah, don't expect me to be. I mean, I will periodically just take my time and enjoy the views, but obviously I can't spend too long doing it. Where are we going to leave our horses?
I know. Elsie bears
Oh, geese. I'm telling you, geese are dangerous birds. They are very vicious. Do not anger a geese. A goose. Do not anger a geese. Do not anger a goose. Okay, well, when I was playing yesterday, I didn't get this far. This is all now completely blind, and it will be from this point onwards.
What? Take that down before there's trouble.
Are these the Emperor soldiers?
That is your coat of arms, the Temerian lilies. They've a right to hang there.
This ain't Temeria no more, old man. It's Nilfgaard now.
My arse it is.
So the Empire is consuming all of the lands. I think these are the northern lands, Temeria, Eden.
What? Witches?
That's right, boys.
I'll not drink with Weaverlaw's freaks.
Well, get out then. Simple, isn't it?
Beg your pardon for those thugs.
No need. We're used to it.
Folk are jumping around here. Armies just passed through. Now a griffin's prowling about.
Already had the pleasure. Ran into your kinsman, Bram.
Bram? How is he?
Alive. Sends his regards.
Master Witches. Food and drink on the house. What can I get you?
Rum. Rum, please. Do you think they do rum here? Okay, so options marked with a bag of coin will open the shop panel. Okay, so we'll get to questioning the woman later. Let's see what she's selling.
Show me what you got behind the counter.
Okay, so buy and sell items using the shop panel. Press A to make a purchase. Press B to close the shop panel. Okay, or use your mouse and keyboard because it's easier. Now, I haven't done a massive amount of reading about the game, but apparently there's a card game involved where you collect cards. I don't know how to play it yet, but I'm sure we'll find out in due course. So you can buy cards by the looks of it. The game's called Gwent. So we've got Gwent cards. But is there dice poker in this game? I don't know if there is. And I really, really like dice poker. Swapping dice poker for a card game? I'm not so sure. Okay, we can buy food and drink in this, and I suppose in an RP type manner we will periodically be eating and drinking even if we don't have a need to. Because, I mean, food does restore your vitality, but I'll be using it for RP purposes as well. And this will be a good time to have a bit of food. We've had a long day, we've had a nightmare, it's morning time, it's time to stock up a little bit. How much money do we have? 250 coin. Wow, is it quite... 250? Is that the price? 63? Oh no, she said it's on the house, didn't she? She said food and drink on the house. She said food and drink on the house, did she not? So I'm going to take the opportunity to see if it's true. Right, what do we have? We have water. We don't come in here for water. Mandrake cordial, alchemy ingredients. These are all cherry cordial. These are all alchemy ingredients. Has she got any alcohol at all? Homemade pepper vodka. Cow's milk. I mean, these also double up as alchemy ingredients. Should we be wasting them on drinking them? Dwarven spirit. That's also an alchemy ingredient. Mahakaman spirit. I think dwarven. I'm going back to what's it called? Dwarf Fortress here, and yeah, Dwarf Fortress. They had rum, right? Dwarven rum. So dwarven spirit could be rum. So let's see if it's free. Well, first of all, we'll go for some food. Let's have a look. So, a chicken. Some meat. A chicken leg. That'll do. Nice and cheap and cheerful. We'll go for chicken leg. Is this free? I just want the one piece, please. She said it's food and drink on the house. She lied to us. It's costing 21 coin. Nope, it's not free. What's this red for? What's this in red for now? This item cannot be sold. I see. Right, okay. So we can't sell any of these things to the lady behind the bar. Don't know why, but we can't. And okay, so we have some chicken. We've got some chicken legs, and we'll go for some rum as well. Dwarven spirit, yes. We'll buy just the one, please, if you don't mind. There we go, just the one. It's very expensive, but some chicken leg with some bread, washed down with a spot of rum. That's our breakfast. Okay. Bit of small talk.
Pretty busy place you got.
Nations on the move. Some search for kin, others just want to get out of the way of the armies. They all need food, drink, and a night's rest in warmth.
So, war's been good for your trade?
Aye, so far. But it'd be best to know peace again. Times like these, you never know what tomorrow will bring.
And the griffin?
There a contract on that griffin?
Nay, not at the moment. Used to be. Soon as a beast had built a nest nearby, the alderman would start a collection, or go to the lord for help. Now the alderman don't use the privy without asking the black one's permission first. And seems they hanged the lord. So no contract.
Shame. We might have done something, but not for free.
Not for free. We've already done our good deed for the day. And Yennefer?
Looking for a woman. Raven-haired, violet eyes, dresses in black and white. Riding in from Willoughby. And, strange as it sounds, lilac and gooseberries might have smelled that.
I've not seen nor smelt such a lady. Believe I'd remember.
Yeah, especially hard to forget this one.
Plenty of travellers about, though. Folk from all over. Might be worth your while to ask after her.
Okay, so dialogue's options marked with that symbol will end the conversation. Okay.
Thanks for everything.
Thanks? She didn't even give us a drink on the house or food. I had to pay for it. To pay for me rub and chicken. She lied to us, man. Right, we're going to sit down and eat and enjoy ourselves, I
Help me
think.
bandage that up.
Please. I'm not decrepit yet.
Gonna fool me.
Then I'll ask about Yennefer.
Just remember, we'd rather not draw any attention.
I'll do my best not to draw attention.
Here,
Black One's been out measuring the fields.
Right, I'm going to pause it here. I don't know how long we've been going for, but it feels like a nice place to end it. So Geralt's going to sit down, swig on some of his dwarven spirit, which I am assuming is dwarven rum right now, munch on a chicken leg, and then in the next session we shall get up and explore the inn, talk to the locals, ask about Yennefer, and I have a feeling that, well, people don't like the witches around here too much. There could well be a pub brawl. But we'll see next time. So join me then. See you soon.